Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Unpredicted Party, the only Middle-earth TTRPG that will finally answer the question, why didn't they just take the Eagles to Mordor? And we are one step closer to answering that question. I am your humble lore master, Don Marshall. Around me are my internet friends. Say hi, internet friends.
Hello.
Hello.
Joining us for a second guest appearance is Wizardway Chris. Chris, thank you so much for joining us today.
I'm so happy to be here.
Happy to have you back wearing your Thranduil shirt. We've got a lot of merch stuff to talk about. Tell the people where they can buy it.
Thranduil and all my weird elvish merch can be found on my spring shop, which is wizardwaychris.creator-spring.com.
Brilliant.
Through my website, elfboy.com with a hyphen.
elf-boy.com.
Yes.
Always got to remember the hyphen. We'll link it down in the description for YouTube and put it in the podcast description so you can check it out. We do, however, need to thank a couple of people because this stream would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to Free League Publishing. They graciously sent us advanced copies of their TTRPG, The One Ring, which is a fleshed out version of Middle-earth. So if you would like to order your copy of The One Ring, whether it is the bundle, the starter set, the core rulebook, the dice, the maps, or, and this will come eventually, I don't have an exact date yet, the D&D companion that is basically a module for 5th edition of D&D. Keep an eye out for that one later. That's coming soon. Thank you to my players for modeling that. You can go to freeleaguepublishing.com today. You can also go to therookandtheraven.com. Special thanks to the Rook and the Raven for sending us these marvelous notebooks. My players, again, are modeling them. Again, I still don't have mine because my wife stole it because she's using it for her own gain. But you know what? That's fair. That's fair. What's mine is hers. We also are thrilled to announce that we have our own merchandise. Tori, would you mind levitating for a brief moment? Tori is wearing our Unpredicted Party character merchandise with Beery, Tanel, and Halloweth on it, as well as our logo. I am wearing our newly released, I for one will welcome our Bird Overlord's shirt, which contains the logo of the eagle claw grabbing the One Ring, crafted so wonderfully by our very talented artist for this stream, Sarah M. Shunky. Sarah has been wonderful to work with, and we will potentially be seeing some of her work soon, depending on how you all play this. We have a few things set up. You can go to donmarshall72store.com. A few more of you may have heard of it than not, because in between the time that we have recorded this episode and the last, the Hobbits linked to our store. Elijah Wood, Dominic Monaghan, Billy Boyd, and Sean Astin wore Chris and I's merchandise. It was... We'll talk about that during the after. Yeah, it was insane. We'll talk about that during the after party. I don't want to get too into it here, but suffice to say,
I'm so proud of you guys.
Thank you. We couldn't believe it. Thank you to the Hobbits. Thank you to everyone that has bought the You Are All Welcome here. We're going to donate a lot of money to a lot of charities, and potentially also one involving a Rings of Power cast member, to be determined. Actually, by the time I release this episode, it may be out, so I'll just put it on screen or jump in with some audio here if we have. If not, it's fine. Anyway, I for one will welcome our Bird Overlord and the Unpredicted Party merchandise, as well as all of the other stuff Chris and I have ever created ever. DonMarshall72store.com. Okay. A couple of other people to thank. Sarah M. Shunky, as I mentioned, you can find her at Sarah M. Shunky on Instagram, our resident artist. The battle maps are done by Little Wit the Cartographer. My players have done amazingly well, and we haven't needed a battle map in quite a while. Well done, all of you, for getting out of there with your role play. The music has been amazingly crafted by Cullen Vance. Please go to cullenvancecreative.com, so where you can purchase all of his music. A bunch of you have already asked if there is going to be an Unpredicted Party soundtrack. Live chat, comments section, Twitter, let them know that you want it.
Would this mean that each character gets their own soundtrack, their own song?
So technically it would just be the looping audio that we use, but I could potentially just commission Cullen to make you all individual soundtrack songs.
I would pitch in. I would pay for a Beery song for sure.
Okay.
The Beery theme.
Yes!
And then one song that incorporates all three of them.
Obviously.
Ooh, like the motifs, like the Howard Shore motifs where they all fit into
exactly.
one.
Like what we heard at Comic-Con for the Rings of Power.
Yes.
Yeah, we did.
I would cry.
I know, right?
All right. Well,
that's happening. We're manifesting it.
Sorry, this is what I do. I drop great ideas and then just let everybody else handle them.
Here's a bunch of work. There you go.
Oh, wait a
I'll be over
minute.
here.
You're just-
That's exactly what our merchandise partnership is, Chris. Have you been playing me this whole time?
A little muse.
that floats in and
I do the
leaves.
design work, and I'm happy to give a portion of anything because I don't have to worry about the rest.
Okay. Well,
Love you.
yeah. Less than 3. Anybody? Okay.
That's I mean, thrown back to 2007.
Yeah.
God.
You've all watched Ray William Johnson. I know you have. Anyway, let's get started. Actually, no, we've got some more than 30-year-olds in the chat, so maybe not. Okay, we've gotten so far off track and we haven't even started.
It's fine.
Is everybody ready to go?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go.
Woo.
And welcome back. When we last left off, our 3 party members had been thrown into the back of a carriage cart thing with hoods over their heads and this herbal leaf root concoction inside the bags that were over their heads that made them very woozy. But they were traveling through the forest for what felt like hours on end until they eventually realized that they had been captured by the elves of Mirkwood. Not to be outdone for sass, King Thranduil of Mirkwood disguised himself as a prison interrogator and asked all 3 of the party members individually what their stories were to make sure that they were not working for the enemy, for he is a suspicious elf, to say the least. Upon revealing himself, the party informed Thranduil of the unfortunate demise of his son, as well as everything that had transpired in the last several weeks. In a fit of temptation and absent-mindedness, however, Beery the dwarf pulled out the last ring of power, as it was mentioned and brought up in conversation, and put it on his finger. In doing so, Beery, you did manage to hear the voice of someone named Aule, who you would know to be the creator of the dwarves, this god, this lesser god, one of the Valar, Aule, creator of dwarves. It was only through the help of some handy magic by Halloweth and some great persuasion checks by Tanel that you got the ring off, and that it was not in your best interest to keep the ring on. The power of friendship succeeds once again.
Yes.
It was in this moment, however, that King Thranduil realized that there was an elven ring that had been corrupted by Gwaihir in play. And in a, shall we call it, act of civility, friendship, and immense satisfaction, Halloweth offered the act of destroying this final elven ring to Thranduil, last king of Mirkwood, and with a swipe of Aeglos, spear of Gilgalad of the Second Age, the 3rd and final elven ring was destroyed. We are going to pick it up immediately following the destruction of said ring, as the 3 of you feel a pulse of energy spread throughout the room and expand and contract as the room grows eerily still, and you watch as all of the dust in this earthen room settle. I will ask Thranduil first. What are you feeling in this moment as you watch this ring of power split in half before you?
Thranduil's heart is pounding, and there's such a deep-seated, soul-deep satisfaction, because not only was his family and his people denied the protection of the rings of power, prior to them turning evil, but now knowing that they were corrupted and that he inadvertently protected his people is super, super satisfying. And to destroy them himself, thank you, Halloweth.
Of course.
Thranduil, what are you thinking about doing as your next step as king right now?
I mean, as simple as it sounds, celebration. I think a moment of levity, especially with how darkened Mirkwood has been for so many years, millennia at this point, but it's gotten particularly bad. I think he wants a good stiff drink.
I will leave
Yes.
you to it then, Thranduil, to set that up with the 3 party members before you and any elven folk you may want to join you or have serve you at this dinner.
Okay, well, first of all, I will hand the Aiglos back to Halloweth and just squeeze his shoulder with a very soft-spoken Lehanon. Just thank you.
He puts his hand over his chest and just bows.
I think he'll crack a bit of a smile
Ooh, okay.
because you bowing to Thranduil.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
It is kind of a big deal. I think he'll
Sorry,
add-
I'm not sure what the Elvish term for game respects game is, but that's kind of what he means.
Chris?
I can't translate that on the spot. It's too
Fair.
complicated,
That's fair.
but-
That's fair. All
but
right.
respect.
That's a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Game respects game.
Game recognizes game.
All right, Chris, what would you like to say to the party in this moment to begin said festivities?
Arch a bit of an eyebrow. Who else wants a drink?
I thought you would never ask.
Yes.
Right this way.
All
Leads
right.
them straight out.
The 4 of you make your way out of this hidden magic
No
room
preamble.
and immediately make your way into what the 3 of you see as an enormous dining hall. Beery, what's up?
Just before the rings and shards, correct?
I knew
Yes.
Yeah, this is
Yes.
oh my god.
It's split in half,
And
as
there's
mentioned.
a gemstone, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, this is
A
Elrond.
sapphire.
This is
Yeah.
Elrond's ring. Can I just even if it's connected to some gold or silver, or actually it'd be
Elrond's ring is, Chris, correct me if I'm wrong. Elrond's ring is
Sapphire and gold.
it would be gold with a
Okay.
sapphire inlay.
okay.
You're welcome.
He wants the gem. He just
Are you
even if it's connected to something, you'll take
okay?
care of
No,
that.
no. I will say that there is just a little bit of gold around it. Are you trying to be
Yeah.
sneaky about this, or are you just pocketing a gem?
He'll try to be sneaky about it.
Okay, you can go
Let
ahead.
the
and-
dice
I don't-
decide.
You can make a stealth check.
Can't wait.
No.
No. Okay. So you pick it up, and all 3 of you notice that he has picked up the sapphire.
Would I know that there's no power in this ring
Yeah, there's
anymore?
nothing in it, right?
You'd have a pretty good idea that this is now harmless for the most part.
Okay, in which case he's gonna look behind me like classic Beery.
Hey.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. All right.
Yeah.
Thranduil just raised eyebrow the entire time, but he says
Mhm.
nothing.
Fair. All right.
He allows
Gem-
it.
Yeah, he allows,
Gemstone.
he allows space for a laugh track there, and then he's just gonna move on.
Welcome to the Big Bang Theory in Middle Earth.
No.
Oh my god, I need
Have you watched that without laugh tracks? It's
It's
the most
horrifying.
awkward thing. It's
Yeah.
awful.
Bazingo. Anyway, let's
No.
carry on. So the 4 of you, Gorge included, because you brought him with you. 4 of you plus Gorge make your way towards the dining hall, and the 3 of you notice that this is absolutely nothing like the Rivendell dining hall, or even for the elves, Lothlorien. It is
Thranduil's gonna bark a lot of orders immediately.
you know what? Actually, Thranduil, why don't you take charge in this? This is your kingdom. You do you.
Oh gosh. I wasn't prepared for that.
No. What are you asking for? What are you trying to get set up right now?
Oh gosh. He would just yell to everyone within earshot that there's cause for great celebration.
In a moment, one of the elves comes up to you and goes, "My lord, what news?"
It seems one of the elven rings of power was brought into our midst, corrupted by the dark forces of Sauron through Gwaihir.
The elf looks at the three of you and immediately goes, "My lord?"
And just the severe expression on his face slowly shifts into a smile. And he says, "By my own hand, it has been destroyed."
I shall prepare the finest wines for celebration at once. And he just does a little clap and sends like 7 or 8 elves just in and around. It starts buzzing like a beehive as the 4 of you are brought to this enormous table at the front of this dining hall. Just trees and roots inlaid within it. It's nothing like Lothlorien where they sort of eat out in the sunrise. It is quite literally like, you know, those campsites where there's the giant trees all around it and you're surrounded by it. Picture that, but like times 1,000 with the giant roots and the tables and the inlaid wood, and just everything is built in and around and with the nature of the forest.
Beery is losing his mind.
The
He's like a little
smell
kid at
of
Disneyland.
roasting meat wafts through
Oh.
the air right to Beery's nose.
Oh yeah,
So-
like doing the cartoon where he's like floating through the air, like along the
yeah.
walls.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Absolutely.
as most elves are vegetarian, as we have already established, it is not always the case in Mirkwood. And Beery, you do begin to smell the succulent flavors of meat for the first time in months. The last meat
Months.
you likely had was the
Yeah.
jerky with the dwarves on your way to Rivendell all those months ago.
Oh my god, you poor thing.
Salted pork.
Yeah.
Salted pork.
Looks down the gorge.
Beer.
Don't worry. No one would tell you.
Right
This
meat
is
off the
amazing.
bone.
He's just gonna follow the direction of the scents. Look for a bottle of wine. He's gonna snatch it if he can. One.
An elf brings a bottle of wine to each of you.
I don't even have to
Mhm.
steal it.
Yeah.
And he grabs it.
No need.
The same elf comes back. This is from our collection, not 300 years ago. Please
Blows the
enjoy.
dust off
Excellent
it.
year.
He
I
looks
remember
to
it well.
Tin and Hal. This is the greatest place I've ever been to. I might spend my
Yes,
summers-
pity your people were not on my good side prior to now.
We're gonna change that together.
Oh, that means how that's going to turn. So Thranduil will be like, that means karaoke. Be prepared.
Both go up.
I will
Yes.
astound you.
His rendition of "The Road Goes Ever On and On" is quite special.
I was taught by Dairon the Dark. I think I can keep up.
Okay.
I cannot wait to make you people roll with ill favor when you get
Oh,
drunk.
God.
All right.
Yeah.
The feast.
This would just be the same as us for a certain Mr. Brightside, which happened
yeah.
a couple months
Yes.
I'm so jealous.
ago. It was fun. It was
One
a good
day.
night. It was a
One day.
great night.
One day we'll all do that together.
Mhm.
Right. So it is about 15, 20 minutes after the wine comes out, the hors d'oeuvres begin getting served as a mixture of nuts and roots and berries and Beery. This is the greatest food you've seen in many months. And about a half hour later, some venison comes immediately brought before you. Master Dwarf, I hope it is to your liking.
Oh yeah, cheeks just like ready to pop. He's got like nuts and berries on this side and Vance on this
Like a
side.
chipmunk.
This is great. He's spitting it out. Yeah, and he's taking a swig of wine. Now he knows better to. He knows to respect the elven wine.
Yeah, I will
Mhm.
say,
Careful.
Beery. Yeah, I will say the elves can hold their liquor, but Beery, if you are going to roll to have any sort of intoxication, you are going to have favor in that because you now know to respect it.
Mhm.
However, we're not quite
Excellent.
there yet because in that moment of the food being brought out, there is a clanging of a glass, and you notice the female elf that pointed the bow at you not a few hours beforehand holds up a glass and says, Lord Thranduil, King of Mirkwood, has vanquished the last of the evil from the rings of corruption. May this be a reminder to all that we elves, though suffer the long defeat, are not yet defeated, and raises a glass.
Jumps on the table. Yeah.
I think Thranduil would get to his feet, and once the applause is starting to slowly subside,
Yes, yes.
he would put up a hand and
Beery, are you getting down from the table while this is happening, or are you staying up there?
Yeah, just as like
he'd allow it actually.
comes back down.
He would allow it.
Fair enough.
Parties get pretty raucous in Mirkwood, as we saw in
Nice.
The Hobbit.
Mhm.
I think he's put his hand up and be like, before we continue with this great feast, no, this could not have been accomplished by our realm alone. Credit must be given to the two elves and, believe it or not, the dwarf.
There is a murmur of just smatterings of like, the dwarf helped? He's not just like their pet or something? What's going on?
That is definitely the vibe in Mirkwood for dwarves, unfortunately.
Oh yeah.
God.
I know what's up.
Okay. May I present Master Beery of Erebor.
There is a smattering of applause as the elves kind of look dumbstruck, like, oh, he's an Erebor dwarf. I remember the last time an Erebor dwarf was here. There were 12 of them. It was bad.
It was bad. It was really
Hello, yeah, I'm Barry, and this is Gorge, my companion and dearest friend. Thanks for kidnapping us and bring us here to dine on your food and wine.
stout-hearted and favored.
You hear from the crowd. It was a long 3-day journey with you, dwarf.
That's right.
It was
And
3
it is-
days.
It is
Oh,
at this
no.
point that the three of you realize that whatever was in those bags caused you to have some sort of time distortion, because there is no way that it is a 3-hour journey from Dol Guldur to Mirkwood's main hall.
Oh my god.
Not just a 3-hour tour.
Even by the swiftest means.
Mhm,
Take
mhm.
days.
Well, no wonder we are so hungry. Makes sense. It tracks.
You would then motion for Beery to please have a seat.
Oh, right. Plops down. He's like eye level with the table, I'm sure.
And two elves, perhaps not of your kindred, but kindred of spirit, Tanel and Halueth of Lothorian.
Way more clapping, instant standing ovation, just like, hey, yes, of course.
You see at some point Tanel has switched out her wine glass for a whole bottle, and she just kind of lifts it up.
Nice. Good job.
Girl after
Amazing.
Thranduil's own heart there.
Mm.
All right. Thranduil,
You would
are there
just
any more word?
Motion to continue with the festivities.
All right. The festivities continue. Now, this is a feast in Mirkwood, and I just want to ask for the three of you, specifically Beery, Halueth, and Tanel. Is there anything that during this feast you would like to do, anything you would like to discuss with Thranduil, and anything you would like to imbibe in so that the loose lips maybe make some roles a bit more interesting?
I have a dumb
Yeah.
idea, so if anyone has
Oh,
a better
no, no.
idea, go
Oh,
first.
okay. No, do the dumb idea. We'll do the dumb idea afterwards, but I do
Okay,
want it
great.
to happen.
If you don't want to be the only dumb one, I could do something real dumb right now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thranduil
Really
is not
go meet
leaving
some
this party
elves.
with his shirt on. I'm just putting that out.
No,
Perfect,
oh,
excellent.
thank God. Okay,
So-
worried.
Yeah, Tori, I got you. We're gonna have to clear the air. So with his
Excellent.
like delicate wine glass now, like delicately pinched between big old dwarf fingers.
Mhm, mhm.
He wants to go out. He wants to mingle a little bit, start meeting the people of this wonderful place. Just whoever strikes, visually striking to him. Now that he's kind of, had a couple.
I think
Okay.
Thranduil might like follow behind you just to ensure that the elves don't mistreat you.
To paraphrase, Barry's going off to find a hot person.
Excellent.
Uh,
Excellent.
we're not find any of his kin
elf
here.
romance. We're doing it. No, I'm just
Okay.
teasing.
Okay. All right. No, listen. Beery,
Mm,
I need you to roll a d12 for me.
you got it. 9.
Beery.
Respectable.
You spend about 10 minutes wandering around, and who should cheer at you and go, ah, than the female elf that had pointed the bow at you, whose nose is just slightly more bent out of shape, and looks at you and goes, my good dwarf, you have a very hard head.
Wait a minute. Hey, whoa. I know you.
Yes, I know you.
Yeah. My forehead.
Yeah.
I mean, my forehead met you before I did, but hey, do you want me to knock that back for you? I mean, I'm actually pretty good at it. Growing up in Elderball, we straightening quite a few noses.
All
He's
due
the
respect, it has been broken many a time before. It was simply a matter of, and she kind of readjusts it a little bit, and you can tell that this injury has happened before. Elves heal quick. She'll be fine.
Beery's super impressed. Quite rugged of you. I mean, look. The other elves, like from like Rivendell and stuff like that, they're very
Yes.
kind of nimbly bimbly.
Oh, we know.
You lot are like you're like us, kind of rough and tumble. I like it.
There's a moment of, what does he mean like us? It's like tense right here. It's like, what do you? It's like one of those. What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
no.
Oh, no.
No. I mean, in the best way possible.
Hmm.
I just wonder why you haven't been like mining this all around here. I mean, look, you know that there's stuff all around this place if you just go down.
Far underneath the depths of the earth, the world is gnawed by nameless things, Master Dwarf.
Well, you don't have to tell me. I mean, I know these things, but all right. I mean, fair enough. He takes a drink of wine.
Yeah, fair.
I don't think we have not caught that. That is 6 HP off.
That's
It
all.
is. It is. Now, listen, I just want to point out, because I'm very impressed with myself, that is a almost direct quote from the books, not the
Mhm.
movies, which we have
Yep.
been doing
Go
quite
ahead,
a
pat
bit of.
yourself on the back.
Yeah,
I'm
I
proud
think
that
will.
I caught it. It's been a while since I've read the books.
Yeah. So yeah, Beery, you get the sense of jovialness and like kind of like a almost begrudging respect with these elves, and
I
they invite
love
you
it.
to sit with them. As you are sort of being jovial with them, I do want to give it to Tanel and
Yes,
Halloweth.
please.
First, I think Thranduil's going to make sure that he passes Halloweth some quality roasted mushrooms, very well seasoned.
Oh,
Oh,
excellent. I was actually going
you're
to
welcome.
ask for some portobello garlic, some potential blue cheese, and
Almost as if he
Yeah.
read your mind.
Mhm. and just as also he has a craving, much like Zach. Howeth eats a lot what Zach is craving currently. They match up quite well. He's going to ask for some corn chips and some baba ganoush. That is just exactly what he wants in that moment. As Zach really just, if anyone wants to send some baba ganoush Zach's way, that'd be great.
Thranduil
instinct
snaps
black
his
truffle.
I don't know
fingers,
why.
a servant
I
hops
feel-
to, and he gives the order.
Yeah, I feel it just happens. I don't quite understand it. I'm just like, man, that would be great right
It
now.
makes sense.
For those
Ah.
that maybe don't know what baba ganoush is, it is
Oh,
roasted
yeah.
eggplant, olive oil,
yeah.
lemon juice, seasoning, and tahini, all of which could be relatively concocted in Middle Earth at this point. So I would say that you have no problem getting some much higher quality version of hummus than you would normally.
It's
Mirkwood is still doing trade with Lake Town and such. So there is still trade happening. There would be spices and such.
Excellent. Also, anyone who hasn't tried baba ganoush out there who's watching, try it. It's really good.
Definitely.
It's like hummus, but delicious. Anyway,
better.
It is. Anyway, so he's going to be gorging himself on this. Very satisfied. Definitely some extra black pepper on this baba ganoush because he likes that. Then he's going to turn to.
That was just Zach.
I know.
I love it.
Just go with it.
He's gonna turn to Thranduil and he's gonna say, it's a fantastic speech. Thank you so much for your sudden and generous hospitality. It does not go unnoticed, and I hope that this is a new beginning for the houses of Lorien and Mirkwood to be more simpatico in the future.
That's a Spanish word. We can't use that here.
Okay.
That's Elven. That's Elven. What are you talking about?
He's
some obscure
from
Gondolin.
Relations more at ease with each other in the future. I do catch that the rings of power have thankfully been destroyed, but you know of the evil, the Guahir problem. That's our quest. That's where we are headed, and we need all the help that we can possibly get. I don't suppose you could spare us some aid in some way, whatever that may be to you. We have some interesting characters down south, Gondorians, prepping us. So any help would be most welcome.
Thranduil would sort of sigh a little bit, say, peoples may reunite, but mending takes time. Let it start tonight, and we shall see.
That is all I can ask.
He will give the motion that he'll consider what you've said.
Okay. Tanel, what's your really stupid idea?
Oh yeah.
Great. So Tanel's a little drunk at this point.
Yeah.
It's been a while, and so she's had a bottle of wine.
We broke the ice.
Oh
Good.
yeah,
A bottle of elven wine.
a bottle of elven wine.
That's impressive.
Thranduil's just like
She like
well done.
She
Well
stands
done,
up
well done.
and walks to Thranduil and says, "Your tallest tree nearby. Where?"
no amount of my magic would save you from snapping your neck.
She like looks around to see if there's genuinely like any tree nearby.
You will rest first, and then I will allow it personally.
That is unreasonable. I will be perfectly fine. As she like stumbles a second to the side and comes back.
I was gonna say make a persuasion check with ill favor, but you don't need it, Thranduil. You don't need it. Tanel, are you going to look for a tree, or are you going to hang out? You are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely is.
Okay.
And
Okay.
actually, as she leaves, she finds whoever is first, either Halloweth or Beery, and just like pats them on the shoulder and says, "I'll be right back."
Both of you roll a d12 for me to
Yeah.
see which one of you she
See
finds.
which one.
The higher one is the one that she notices first.
6.
I have Sauron.
Ooh, Beery it is.
Right now, Beery's like waving a turkey leg around like it's a magic wand, and telling stories.
So there I was in Lake Town, this talking boar. You're not gonna believe it. He talks. Oh my god.
Gorge has a carrot like a cigar. Yeah, great.
Beery, you feel a slight pat. You
Go
look
ahead.
up, you see Tanel, and then one of the elves quick grabs you away. You don't even notice. It's like, what's up, Tanel? Nope, gone. She's out. Thranduil, make an awareness check with favor for me. Tanel, make an explore check with ill favor. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Can I do an insight
Oh,
check to
no.
get an idea of her state of mind?
I will let you do it with ill favor. Yes.
Okay.
I actually don't have my character sheet.
Oh,
Hold on.
okay. Let me. No, I can bring that up.
Dang it. I
Oh.
rolled a 10 and a Gandalf.
Oh goodness.
Oh,
I have nothing in
Fine.
explore.
Find a
So
tall
Wow.
ass tree.
I didn't meet my target number.
oh
No,
no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Drat.
Okay.
You gonna try though.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
try though.
Chris, please roll me for awareness 1d12 and 3d6s.
Okay.
And Beery, what was your insight check?
Oh, that's
20.
5. Total failure.
Oh, okay. So
Oh, hey, good seeing you.
and sorry, Chris, yours was
20.
20. All right, passes your
Okay.
target number easy. Tanel, or sorry, let's do this in order. Beery, you feel a light tap on your shoulder. You look up, you see Tanel. Tanel is smiling ear to ear and is so excited, and you have absolutely no idea what she's talking about because it's so loud in there you can't hear.
He
And she
speaks to the other
disappears.
elves. It's good to see her having a good time. I mean, she's been really stressing lately.
Tanel, your camera's gone blurry because you are
It's-
so drunk. It's fine. You're back.
It's the mic. It's the mic, I think.
It's
being
fine. You
far
sound
forward.
you sound a lot better. It's totally
Perfect.
fair. Tanel, it takes you about an hour to even remotely find your way out of the dining hall hallway area. Just you keep stumbling around. A bunch of elves try and stop you and like congratulate you on your victory, and
Yes.
it's
Get pulled
yeah,
into a dance by a couple shirtless elves, you know.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
There's that going on?
Like, ha,
Absolutely. In Mirkwood?
Oh, yeah. Beery is ripping the shirt off and he is dancing. Still holding the turkey leg, though.
Oh,
There's-
I've
there's-
lost
The elves started
the
it.
Sigh, the sigh from Don was
Oh my
fabulous.
god.
I
have
love this place. These are my people. This is amazing.
Oh my god.
completely lost control of the game.
It's okay.
Beery, I don't even know what check to even have you make, so just roll me a d12 to see how well you dance.
9.
9. Okay. Yeah. You start doing one of those like Eastern European one hand
Yes.
on top of another. You get
Oh,
low and you
goodness.
kick your feet
Yep.
out and get
Oh,
really.
yeah.
I don't know
Georgian
what that,
dancing?
is that
Mhm.
what that's called?
very
Yeah.
that's bizarrely I've seen a dwarven a guy doing this on, and he was like dressed as dwarf. He did like a dwarven cosplay, and he was doing that the Russian
Oh.
dancing. He
Yeah,
was doing
the
that.
Geor-
Yeah. I don't
Georgian
remember where I saw
specifically,
that.
where they
It's-
even
Yeah.
do stuff on their toes. It's
Oh,
really
it's
cool.
crazy. Yeah,
It's-
he's busting that out
it just
right now.
feels dwarven. I don't know how to
Mhm.
explain
It
it.
does.
Yeah.
I
Well, it's
believe
Very
it is
nimble
the-
for dwarves,
wiggling.
but
Yeah. Believe it is the dance from World of Warcraft, actually, that also
Oh,
does that. So that's probably where we
yeah.
got it.
oh, okay,
Okay.
okay.
Meantime, before we get to Tanel's moment,
Mhm.
Halloweth, is there anything
Yeah.
else you would like to do? Elves you would like to converse with? Things you would like to partake in?
I haven't had that much of the wine bizarrely because but I am going to ask an elf, other elves, just kind of who are looking a little tipsier, just to kind of like act a little drunker than I am and be like, hey, bet you I'm a better shot than you.
Oh, there is a gasp
Ooh.
from every elf within 10 yards of you. And the elf
Mirkwood's known for their archers.
Mm.
The elf takes one look at you, wobbles a little bit, and goes, "Is that a challenge, Master Lothlorianite?"
It is I challenge thee, Suni Norka.
Tell the people what that means.
Does it mean
No.
Is it real
It means-
bad?
Yeah.
That's Quenya.
I mean, it translates literally into bitch slave. I just know that. I was calling people that at the Red Fair. So I was just
But you just spoke Quenya
yeah.
to the Sylvan elves.
Yeah. That
They're
was,
gonna want to beat your ass.
There is silence, and 3 more elves stand up on top of the other one that you've challenged and went, very well. Best out of 5, then.
You're on.
And one of the elves holds out a hand, and about 15 seconds later, there is a bow and a quiver in it, and goes, the first shot is all yours. And it is at this moment that you notice that there are tables being parted and a lane being cleared down the line of this dining hall. And it's about 100 yards long. And it's not all filled because, it's made for better times back when they had use for a huge dining hall like that. Spoilers, there's not that many elves in this place anymore. So it's about a third filled. Sorry, the war against Sauron will do that to a population. Anyway, the tables start parting ways and a 100-yard line clears. And there is seemingly out of nowhere just this wooden plank being brought forward at the opposite end. And Halloweth, I need you to make an awareness check for me to see just how intoxicated you are. The number that you make, it's not whether or not you beat your target number. I need you to tell me what you hit compared to everybody else. That is going to let me know if you are rolling with favor or not with these rolls.
Oh my God, I love this.
The number, so you want the exact number I hit?
The exact number you roll for an awareness check.
I rolled 22.
A 22. Halloweth, you haven't had that much to drink. This is where you get your kicks. You've lied about the flubber worms. You've lied about the oh my God, what did you even call the Haradrim?
Oh, the Drimmy.
Oh God,
Drimmies.
Yes.
Drimmies. I call them Drimmies.
Yeah.
Barry has just absorbed so much false information from me.
100%.
Well,
you're so
Can't wait to
naive.
see it.
This is great for me.
Rolling a 22, you have no problem realizing that all of the other elves are way drunker than you because you picked out a good pair and you insulted them in Quenya. So they're a little bit on edge, which means that you are going to make your attack rolls normally, and they are going to make their attack rolls with ill favor.
Okay. I am going to initially, my first shot is going to go wide.
Okay.
He's playing with them.
Okay.
Oh man.
Of
course he
okay.
is.
Now, here's what I will say. It takes a lot for an expert to fake that they are doing it incorrectly. So please roll me an attack roll and a persuasion roll as well. The attack roll first with your bow. So 1d12, and I think, is it 3d6s for your bow?
My bow. I'm not going to tell you how many I have.
Okay. Well, I need to ask for updated character sheets then.
Oh, yes, you do. Okay.
Yeah.
I have 5d6 on my bow.
Did you dump everything into your attack stat?
A lot of them. Yeah, because I update my skill points every session, which is 3.
Yeah.
And
You get the 3
every
every month.
Saved up for my
My
5th.
goodness.
So now Halloweth is old and very good. This is his thing. He was one of the guards. He is an archer through and through, and has been for thousands of years. So he's going to roll a lot for his attack.
Yeah.
For his
Yeah.
persuasion is going to be that's a little less.
I love this so much.
Ditto. Same.
I'm
so
same.
happy.
His persuasion is 15. He beats his target number by 3.
Okay. What did you roll for your attack on the target?
It was hang on.
There's no parry score. You're gonna hit as long as you hit your target number, but I want to know.
It was easily. It was 32.
I'm gonna have to buff this final boss so bad. Okay.
Yeah.
No, you don't need
Make
to
more
do that,
references.
Don.
Make more references.
Yeah,
You don't need to do that,
Yeah,
Don.
it's
It's true.
true.
You
totally fine.
manage to immediately grab the quiver, grab the bow, quick draw and release in a matter of like 3 seconds. And the arrow goes, how wide are you trying to make it? Like off
Just
the
a couple
middle?
of feet. Like, well, yeah, because I assume we're gonna have a target, and
Mhm.
whoever gets closer gets that round. Best out of
Mhm.
5. I'm going to just go a foot different.
Okay. I'd say you have no problem doing that.
Okay.
The rest of the elves are now going to roll with ill favor. I now need to roll a series of dice. We are
Okay.
trying to hit the target number that I have for targets 100 yards away. Please hold.
Oh,
Mm.
God, we'll
Oh.
cues for the musicians to start playing the theme from Jeopardy.
But like bardcore style. I love
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Tavern core.
First
Mm.
roll for the elves.
Oh my God.
At ill favor is an
good.
eye
Yes.
of
Ooh,
Sauron.
that's so good.
I mean, like, we know you're gonna trounce them, but damn.
Oh my
Mm.
God.
The first elf's shot goes so wide it almost hits one of the elves standing at the other end.
That would have been fantastic.
Yeah.
The second one does manage to hit, but it is 12, 17. So it hits the second ring. So there are 3 rings. It's the sort of yellow,
Okay.
blue, red. So hits the second
Sure.
ring, sort
Okay.
of where yours was. The
Mhm.
third elf, 2,
Oh.
6 does not hit, goes slightly wide.
Excellent.
And the final one, God, I'm rolling a lot of 6s. 6, 4, that's 10, 16. The second elf also manages to hit. So 2 of the elves hit. So one of them is going to be disqualified because he was the least of them out. Halloweth, you have made it to round 2. There's a
I have.
grumble.
But I'm assuming the person who was better than me is looking pretty confident. In his drunken mind.
It wasn't necessarily better than you, but it was roughly the same amount of skill points.
Okay, I
So,
say
yeah.
okay. Well, I go. Okay.
Hey.
I want this to be better. This
Uh,
needs to be better. Okay.
Is this
I
just
won.
the bragging rights for our
No.
respective forests?
No.
No?
I want
No.
your arrows. I want those flaming arrows. Give me them. I know they're here. I know that you guys make them, but that's special.
Make okay. So make a persuasion check for me. This is going to set the DC on.
This is great.
Okay. I got an 18.
And that
So
beats your
6
target.
by 6.
Okay, I'm gonna say. You know what? I was gonna set the DC, but instead I am going to roll for it to see if you can
Okay.
persuade this one elf that you were talking to.
Okay.
The elf looks down at you and goes, I'll give you the arrows. But it's now a best of 7. And if he loses and points to the other elf, it's just you and me. And if I win, I get that nice shiny dagger of yours.
You're on.
And we begin round 2 of this
Yay.
best of 7. Halloweth, please roll for me.
If you lose that dagger,
Maybe we'll
dead.
make him another one.
You're
so it's
dead.
okay. It's okay.
27 with a 6.
27 with a
Yeah.
6. Okay. This elf needs to beat a 27
He does.
with
I'm also
ill
gonna-
favor.
With ill favor.
Yeah, I've just been brought in for some food, so excuse me.
Oh yeah, no. This is you do your thing while I eat. Okay. So that's a 6. That's 12, 17, 19.
I just love how he's
You-
just casually eating. Like, he's got this. He's got
It's
it.
no big deal.
So
I'm
it's
just
Halloween.
imagining
he has
Halloween,
his
like-
baba ganoush with his chips.
Yeah.
The second shot goes wide for the first elf. The second elf an Eye of Sauron again. Completely misses. It is now down to just the two of you.
Sorry.
Oh my god. Oh, is
Ignore
that
the
my
music in the
round?
background,
Oh, great.
sorry.
Whoa, no. All right. I'll go next first.
Oh.
Nobody outdoes Findon of Mirkwood.
I'm so sorry. I did not mean to overstep my work. Please, by all means, go ahead.
Very kind of you.
Mhm, mhm.
Ooh, that is 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. God, just when I think you got to beat a 15.
Got a bit of 15. Oh, this
Oh,
looks like it's gonna
dang.
be tough. Oh no. Oh, I got 15 just in 3d6.
Oh, shit.
I got a
I would like to just point out that
29.
Legolas would have beat you.
Yeah, no, of course.
Well, yeah.
What?
but
You rolled a 29?
I got a 29.
All right. You hit the bullseye again. The other elf just outside of the red dot, slightly in the blue. He now has to sweep for it to be a comeback. You have won 3 in a row, right? It's been 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Round 4. Halloweth, you can go first. Well, actually, you know what?
With a chip, just be like, "Do you want to go first? Or am I going first?"
I'll go first. I'll go first again. I'll go first again.
We'll go.
It's the final countdown.
Oh, what did he do? Did he?
Is it another Eye of Sauron? Oh my god.
These elves are
For
so
those listening on
drunk.
the podcast, for those listening to the podcast, I just walked away from the
Yes.
computer because I rolled another effing Eye of Sauron. Halloweth,
Disgraceful elves of Mirkwood.
you watch Halloweth as the elves starts to just lean a little bit as the just desperately trying to hold this concentration while also intoxicated, just makes him slip ever so slightly, and the arrow goes wide and sinks way high up into a tree. It attracts the attention of one Lord Thranduil, who notices that an arrow has gone deep into one of the trees in this banquet hall.
Is it now Halloweth's turn?
I think Thranduil will start
Technically-
making his way down to this, but
Okay.
Halloweth can go ahead.
All right. Halloweth, unless you roll an Eye of Sauron right now, there is not much stopping you from winning, but that's not fair.
One's gone. It matters not. No, I got it.
Is this volley 4 or 5?
This is 4 of 7.
4.
Yeah,
Okay,
4 or 7.
Okay.
I got
the win.
16, 17. So not that great
17.
that time.
You still manage to hit the blue second circle, and the elves let out a and there's murmurs all around as it goes, well, maybe the Lothlorien elves are good at something. And you at this point notice Lord Thranduil coming to your side.
Oh, my lord, hello. My king, sorry. Nothing, just some harmless fun. Just taking your people's things.
Yes, my Lord
Fairly.
Thranduil, I
Fairly.
apologize. I did promise the elf arrows. I'm sure Alien can help with that.
Our arrows.
Yes, the blacksmith can help, right? The dwarf, and he's still kind of stumbling back and forth.
No. Winner of such a match deserves something far greater.
What are you giving him?
Thranduil's going to gesture to the side, and there are going to be artisans with a stand giving out inked designs.
Okay. When you say, oh, these are tattoos. These are tattoos.
We're gonna get tattoos tonight.
At least Halloweth is.
Halloweth.
Oh,
Halloweth, you
Damn, my tree climbing.
you are under no obligation. I mean, look, Tanel, you rolled so poorly. We can make this. We can make this work.
You can wander back in.
That's
We'll-
true.
Give me 5 minutes to let this resolve.
No,
Howard,
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll give you a minute or two to decide. Are you getting a tattoo tonight?
Me? Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Beery, do you also want a tattoo?
I mean, when in Rome.
Okay, great.
This will definitely garner some attention from the
It
crowd.
certainly will.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, I will say Thranduil. Excuse me,
Mhm.
Thranduil. It is right around this time that the cheers go up and the tattoo artists begin to come out that you start to feel an odd sensation. And it is within your magical prowess within your domain that you know that Tanel is approaching a place that you would recognize. It is at this point I will allow you to, if you so choose, go to that location. Or would you like to let Tanel wander on her own?
Choice.
The tattoo artists will still be there in a moment as the elf and dwarf decide what they are going to get, but you begin to feel a magical sense within you.
Is there a way that I could impede her through magic?
Yes, there is a I would say that if you want Tanel to come back, you can make the passages of Mirkwood lead her back. It would take about another she's been gone for what? That's an Eye of Sauron. It would take you about another 10 or so minutes to stumble your way back, being driven by Thranduil, provided you don't drink anymore or pass out.
She left the bottle of wine there.
Okay.
She's just wandering by herself now.
Okay, I figured.
Thranduil would seem sidetracked for a moment there. And since Halloweth is right next to him, perhaps, depending on rolling, he could sense the output of magic from Thranduil.
You want Halloweth to sense the magic?
If he wants to make a check for it, just because he's right next to him, and
yeah, I will say that Halloweth, you've been
just giving the opportunity.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. That's a good point. Halloweth, you've been trying to get in tune with your sort of elven magic a little bit more. I'll allow you to make an awareness check. Not ill-favored, just a regular roll to see if you can kind of sense what Thranduil is up to. Meanwhile, Tanel, you're just sort of stumbling and bumbling home. Make an awareness check for me just to see how injured you are when you come back.
Oh, great!
It's like in the labyrinth where like something pops up and like twists it the other way and pops back down again.
Yep. Is this?
Well, I went this way already.
My awareness check was beaten. I beat my target number by 4.
Okay. Halloweth, you would, in that moment, being so close to Thranduil, recognize this sensation of elven magic, but it is not something that you see happening right in front of you. There's no, roots being driven in or around the area, but something is happening, and it is happening because of Thranduil. And you kind of glance at Thranduil, and Thranduil is looking at you, and there's a moment between you two.
And I'm just like, okay. I mean, he's also very focused on what tattoo he wants to get.
Yeah.
It is at this point the tattoo artist.
I think there would be recognition in Thranduil's gaze that he knows that he knows, and he would just sort of quirk a bit of a smile and say, "Don't worry about it.
Why, thank you.
Nothing to worry about." Right this way.
The tattoo artist with I'm going to be straight up with you. I don't know how they did tattoos before they had those.
I can help. I can help with this.
Chris, you DM,
I know a little bit
DM
too.
for that. Yeah. You two DM for me. I'll just sit back and enjoy. Carry on.
Okay, so there will be a booth. There are a lot of glass pipettes and small little wells of various ink tones, mostly dark tones though. And Thranduil will see you to it, and he's going to actually start removing his cloak or whatever he's wearing. and he'll simply look at you and say, choose carefully.
Oh, I already know. Thank you.
Excellent.
Granddaddy have sleeves?
What is it you desire?
Hang on,
And-
Max. Max, what did you just ask?
Does Thranduil, when he like undoes his cloak, does Granddaddy just have sleeves?
Oh my god.
Tattoos.
Yeah.
Hal's going to be full biker.
I do think that Thranduil would have relatively subtle vines running up one arm and sort of across the back and sort of like reaching down collarbone to chest. So one arm, not both.
Would this be a bad time to say that somebody got the Yeet Seal Door tattooed on their body today and tagged me in the video?
Oh my god, really?
Amazing.
Yes.
So thank you to
Our fandom is the best fandom.
Thank you
So
to Tuomas Patola for this.
Oh my.
That's incredible.
Oh my god,
Oh
that's
my
the best.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I've helped with a lot of tattoos, but that's really
That's
good.
beautiful.
So Thranduil does indeed have ink on his body. So he is now basically shirtless.
Excellent.
Where's this going?
every-
Ooh.
It's going to be that kind of night. Hal
Halloweth.
takes his Val takes his shirt off in the most sort of erotic possible situation you can think of. He sits down in the chair, just gazes at him and says, "I would like you to tattoo the word Ondolin, which is Quenya for the rock of the music of water. And from that, I'd like some water pouring over rocks with the most musical auras and waves coming off of it, as that was the original name for Gondolin."
For Gondolin. Mm-hmm.
For Gondolin.
Thranduil would recognize that.
Yeah.
Real quick, Chris, excuse me. Take a
Oh.
hope point for that. I
Mhm.
respect that. That was nicely done.
Very
Okay.
nice.
That was really well done. Okay. It is at this point the tattoo artist looks at you. Oh, excuse me, Thranduil.
Thranduil is going to stop the tattoo artist from taking their normal position on whatever stools they have set up for the booth.
Oh God, Chris.
And he's going to take up the tools himself.
Oh, it is around this
And the crowd gasps.
It is around this time, Tanel, that you managed to make your way back. Now, when you last left, Beery was hanging out with a turkey leg at a table, and Thranduil was having a chat with Halloweth. Now, two of them have their shirts off, and Beery is dancing.
No, they
And they're
all
very-
have
they're-
their shirts
They all
on.
have
They're-
their,
yeah,
excuse me,
they're
they
very
all
We're
have
all
their shirts off.
shirtless.
Mhm.
The boys are now shirtless. Join the fray.
As the certified hottest of the elves of the two,
I
It's
mean,
true. It's true.
you did roll for thickness.
you
Last
rolled
game.
for it.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
She just stumbles in and sees all of this and just pauses and goes, "What happened?"
Here.
Tim, you should have saw him. It was amazing. He was like, there was this competition, there was arrows flying, and now they're getting tattoos.
I missed what?
Yeah, it was great. He did amazing. I mean, as he always does, but it was great.
Yeah.
Are you feeling okay?
Hmm? Yes.
You feeling all right? I'm just following my finger.
Slower. Yes, everything's fine.
make a persuasion check with ill favor.
Damn it.
I'm being frightened.
You didn't think I was letting you get away with that. did you?
No. Okay, let me roll my 2.
Terrible insight.
I rolled another Gandalf, but a 4
No.
on my persuade.
The
so
curse
Yeah.
of the ill favor.
My
Yeah.
insight was a 6.
But-
Beery. Oh,
but it comes out to a 14,
Oh,
which
This
beats
is-
my target number of 11.
this is a contested. Oh, wait, you rolled a full team total.
Yes, yeah.
And Beery, you rolled a.
Oh, he doesn't
6.
roll anything else besides his D12 on insight.
Oh,
Dear
that's hysterical.
God. Yes. Put some skill, please. Okay, never mind.
He's in a
Beery?
prison of his own. It was his
Yeah.
own lens. He can't really. relate very
Stats
well.
are so great.
This is getting way too meta for like just actual personifications of ourselves in Middle Earth form. Beery, you just think Tanel is having a grand old time at this party. You have no idea.
It's really nice to see you let loose every now and then.
Mhm.
Welcome to the party. Hey, the nuts over there are perfectly seasoned. There's a bit of honey on them. It's delicious to die for.
Great. Where's your shirt? Where's everyone's shirts?
Oh,
The bonfires.
yeah, let me back up. Yeah.
We burned everyone's shirt. It's like Burning Man.
I'm just joking.
Again, we're all getting tattoos.
I mean,
You know
or maybe
this,
I'm
right?
not.
We're
No,
getting tattoos.
no, it's perfect. That's canon now. We're burning everyone's shirts. There's no more shirts in Middle Earth.
Would Tin like to join the fray and burn her bra? I mean,
I mean,
Hang on. I'm going to put a stop to this right now. Tanel does not wear a bra. Let's be
no, I was
perfectly
about to
clear.
say, she absolutely
fair,
does not.
fair.
She's
if I-
also she's got a lot of like layers.
Yeah.
She-
yeah.
Yeah.
If I'd have known how horny this episode was going to go, I would have paired a little differently. So no, that's all. It's just all Chris's fault.
I
and
didn't know
love
it was gonna go here.
Tanel's just like she's kind of like just at every person that she sees without a shirt, she just like has to keep she just keeps averting her gaze and is like, what is happening right now? There's like a mild like panic to it
Just
almost.
panic
Just like
attack.
I left and I came back and the party is a very different vibe. And she just has like a bit of like a moment where you can just see like her
It's-
trying to calculate what to do.
It's the Community moment where Donald Glover walks in with the pizzas
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything's
yeah.
on fire and
Yeah,
everyone's
pretty
hitting
much.
each other. Tanel,
Oh God.
you enter the dining room again. Everybody's got their shirts off. Thranduil is bent, hunched over Halloweth, giving him some sort of tattoo. Beery comes up to you. You two have a conversation. Thranduil, I need you to give me an athletics or an awareness check for how good this tattoo is going to look.
Okay.
is,
Again, I need
would it be
the
craft?
Oh, you know what? It could be craft if you really wanted it to. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, let me do a quick search for.
Yeah,
There
your
it is. I
your
have it. Okay.
tattoo's gonna be a little painful there, Halloweth.
Okay, what
the
were they? It
mistake
was
happened?
athletics, awareness, or
I'll have you roll a craft check for me, which if I'm looking at it correctly, you have 2 in craft. So 1d12 and 2d6s.
Mhm.
And Beer's gonna like wait to see how this comes out before he
Mhm.
goes signing up.
17.
17.
Target number would be 11. So
Yes, you beat your
Nice.
target number. Halloweth, it is surprisingly not that painful. And you step away after about 20 minutes. Where are you getting
Damn.
this, by the way? Did you mention
Yeah, I was
that?
gonna say
Maybe-
location.
Yeah. Arm, right arm.
Arm
Oh.
into chest.
So it's going to go across, like starts on his arm and then goes across onto his chest.
Okay, deltoid to,
It's
to
gonna-
clavicle.
It's going to
Gotcha.
be like almost like his perfect draw arm. He's going to basically
Nice.
pass over it as he draws his bow.
Absolutely.
Every shot for Gondolin.
It is clear that Thranduil has done a tattoo like this before, perhaps on
Yeah.
on
Yeah, I think he has.
someone close to him.
I think he may have. I was getting that vibe too. Beery, you stepping up?
Yeah, he's never had a tattoo before.
A bunch
go.
of the elves just start clapping you on the back, leading you up. Thranduil, are you doing this tattoo as well?
Get it on your ass.
Oh my God.
Get it on your butt. Get a tattoo on your butt. Do it.
But
Should
before I finish with Halloweth, can I make a roll to see if I can? This is something that some artists do, so it's not me being an a-hole.
Yeah, what do you got?
But
What
can
do you
I
got?
sign the tattoo? Put a
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, a little embellishment of your own on
Right.
Halloweth's or on Beery's?
on Halloweth's.
Yeah, I'd say Halloweth, you probably wouldn't notice this happening. So yeah, go ahead. You can.
Okay.
You know what?
Okay.
I don't think you need to make a roll. I think you can.
I'm not putting Thranduil on it. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Darn.
Appreciate that.
But no, I think him putting a small embellishment just to show that it was him personally who did this, because it doesn't happen very often.
There we go. Beery, what kind of tattoo you getting?
Yeah, as he approaches the booth, like, that was great. I've actually, we definitely do some tattoos, but I could never afford it back in Erebor. Well, my hands are my most valuable things. So maybe, yeah, he's gonna do wrists, bands around his wrists. Can he do like filigree, like lettering?
Absolutely.
Ooh. So
Okay.
on his
I'll say the artists of Mirkwood have been doing this for millennia. Even before Orvar and Thranduil came across the Anduin, I would say they were doing this as a Sylvan custom.
Ooh, with that in mind. Okay, I got it. He's gonna have bands around his wrists, kind of mid forearm. And in both Elven and Elvish. He's gonna have on
Technically,
his hammer
Dwarvish
hand-
is Elvish.
What?
It's just different runes. It's the Kier through. We'll explain later.
I'll
Right,
explain.
I mean, he's trying
See
to be
what you're
very
saying.
multicultural here. He's like
Mhm.
trying
No,
to,
it's
like,
wonderful.
he's trying to accept the new culture. Yeah.
Hack.
Oh,
Those,
No.
those- no, I'm
The
not
arches.
reading that.
oh. Just
Zach.
a champ stamp on his lower back.
Oh my
Thranduil
god.
could roll for that.
No, on his hammer hand.
Uh-huh.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
No, you're good. Strike true written
Mhm.
around his wrists, and his tongue
Strike true,
and
that's good.
shield hand is hold strong.
Oh,
Ooh.
excellent.
Okay.
I
Okay.
love this.
All right.
Oh.
Thranduil, go ahead.
If it's filigree, I think Thranduil would handle some of the design of it. He would insist
artist.
on
Go
handling
for
some
it.
of the design, but he would let the artist do this.
Ooh,
one.
is he doing dual wrists? He's just sitting there on the table and he's just getting them. He's used to
Probably.
paint on his.
I'll
on his
allow
skin,
that.
Yeah.
I'll allow that. Yeah. Yeah, make a craft check, and then I'll make a craft check for this tattoo artist as well. So
Let's
Thranduil,
go.
Am I
go ahead.
making a check?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Just to make sure that nothing goes horribly wrong with the tattoo, right?
16.
good. Okay, well that's a Gandalf for the tattoo.
Oh,
So
Nice.
Fury.
The artist was the one he trusted.
yeah, Beery, you emerge about a half hour later with just the coolest looking wrist tattoos. It's a little sore. You're trying not to touch it too much, but you know that as soon as you strike and you see this engraving on your hands, it's going to mean that much more to you. It is at this point, Beery, that you hear the tattoo artist go, "Wasn't there a third of you?"
Oh yeah, she's right over here and just beelines towards.
Oh, God.
Tanel.
Is Tanel like flushed from the alcohol and from embarrassment?
Yup.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just it's in the head.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and before we're done, he tries to snatch one of the inky, pokey
Yeah.
bits from
Mhm,
somebody,
mhm.
not in a hostile way, just like, oh, if I may.
Be careful.
Yeah. And then like right here on like kind of the muscle between his thumb and index finger,
Mhm.
he just makes 3 dots and then hands it back to him.
The tattoo artist gives you a smile and goes, "All right, go get her."
Yeah. All right, Tin. It is your turn.
Oh God, for
You
what?
need a little bit more of this. A little
For
bit of
what?
bravery.
Is why? I don't even know what to get.
What? Use your imagination. You got a great imagination.
Not really. All right. I know, but you're gonna have to describe it as well.
Okay. All right, 10.
Okay. You approach the tattoo artist, Tanel. What's happening right now?
So she's gonna get like on her shoulder or something 3 of the little Lothlorien seed, like in a little circle of the tree seeds.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
But she wants Beery to help describe it because 1, she's drunk, and 2,
Yeah,
he
like
helped pick
Beery's kind
them.
of like standing like near her ear, almost like an interpreter of like some
Yeah.
like foreign
This-
dignitary or something like
Yeah.
that.
There's,
Alright,
I think,
so-
Thranduil is also going to whisper at the artist as well. A couple little details of his own
because
that end up on
know
this.
you would know the seeds of the Malorn trees, Thranduil, no
Mhm.
problem. Okay. Yeah. Let's okay, so just the three seeds?
Mhm. Yeah, like
Okay.
in a little.
Okay,
circle.
and the detail that Thranduil adds in is that one of them is going to be sprouting with a bit of a Malorn leaf coming out of it.
Ooh,
Also, before the artist, not Thranduil, but the other artist gets started, he's gonna grab him by the shoulder and give it a little squeeze and just, hey, she means a lot. This means a lot. Don't mess it up, all right? And he's going to spend a fellowship point to make sure that it goes really good.
So you can't for Tanel. Okay. Yes. So I will add an extra D6 to this craft check for
I
this
don't have any
tattoo artist.
tissues. How dare you?
Nice.
Wait, is it hope or no? It's
So a hope
fellowship,
would
right?
a hope would be for yourself. I thought you were going to try and do it yourself and add.
No,
a
hell
fellowship
no.
point
If
for your hope.
if anyone were to understand the connection to nature, it would be Thranduil. So
yeah,
he knows what you
okay.
were going for.
I
Okay.
just wanted to climb a tree and I'm getting a tattoo.
This is how nights go, you know.
I told you, rest first. Rest first.
Okay. Here's the roll. That's 2 6s. Tanel clears the target number for the tattoo artist, no problem. Tanel,
Goodness.
about 15 minutes goes by. You glance onto your shoulder, and it is this. There's a mutual of mine named Dylan on TikTok who does hyper realistic drawings in
Mm.
charcoal.
Oh my god.
This is, if it wasn't in black and white, Tanel, you'd swear it was real. You feel as you could almost pick it up off of your skin.
They did the
But it is
shading
there.
so it looks like it's
Yeah,
has
yeah.
shading on the
Shadow.
skin.
Oh
Yeah,
my
Mhm,
god.
mhm.
the shadowing.
The tattoo artist also looks down at you, Beery, and goes, Master Dwarf, are those 3 dots significant to your companions?
He kind of like grins and looks to Tin and Hal and yeah, they are. And then goes and gets a drink.
The tattoo artist looks at the two of you and goes, if you are willing, may I?
Yes.
Takes the tattoo needle stick thing. I don't know what they call it in
Yeah,
Elven
it's a
culture. but
Pipette. Call it a
Pipette,
pipette. A
yeah.
glass pipette.
there you go.
Mm-hmm.
Tattoo artist takes the pipette and just puts 3 dots in between the thumb and forefinger of your hand of Tanel and Halloweth. And that is where we are going to take our 5-minute break. We will see you all in just a moment. Bye.
Cry break.
And welcome back. We will end our festivities for the evening and pick up the next morning, as I need you all to roll for hangovers.
Oh,
Yay.
Oh boy. Okay.
Tanel, ill-favored.
Yeah, I figured. What am I
Aloueth,
running?
Normal. You are rolling an awareness check. Beery, regular roll.
Okay.
And Halloweth, regular roll. Thranduil, you know how to hold your liquor. You're fine.
I beat my target number.
Okay.
I have Sauron.
Okay.
Ooh, still learning. Still learning.
I did not,
Easily beat my target number.
I
Tanel.
did not beat my target number. I missed it by 1.
Ooh. Okay. It is at this point that I am going to ask the three of you what it is you would like to do with this potentially final day in Mirkwood, as you are resting, recuperating. Beery, Tanel, you're in a great deal of pain, but you're powering through it. Beery, you have previously mentioned you want to go to the forge. And Tanel, you had potentially said you wanted to climb a tree.
Yep, I still want to do that.
Oh, okay, great. Halloweth, any plans?
Considering he didn't really intend to come to Mirkwood in the first place, I think he's good. He's just ready to get going again. I think he wants to actually, no, you know what he is going to do? He's going to ask Thranduil just aside and say, I don't suppose you have heard any word at all of Arwen Evenstar.
All right. Why don't we pick this up at breakfast the next morning when you are all recuperating and the four of you are talking with each other? Now, from a lore perspective, Chris, I'm just going to let you know, because I don't think we've discussed this much.
Okay.
You would know about Arwen being in Rivendell, and you would know sort of generally, as Halloweth described it to you, what has happened so far, in that she buried Aragorn and fled. But I think Halloweth is asking anything beyond that. And yeah.
I think just no news, no birds, no missives, though they're difficult to get through the wood these days anyway.
Okay.
What information are you seeking?
Any news at all, really? She headed south. That's as much as I know. I fear she has been captured, since we have not heard from her in months now.
You'll see Thranduil sort of twitches with concern. In case people don't know the family trees, and I don't expect anybody to, Thranduil is loosely related to Arwen and Elladan and Elverhere through their mother is Celebrian, who's related to Celeborn. He is kin of Celeborn. So they are distant relations, and seeing as Thranduil has no family of his own anymore, he'll be a tad concerned.
If you would be so inclined, send out your fastest riders to try and just scout out any news at all from the south. I know she headed that way. Further than that, I cannot say.
I can spare a couple scouts. I too would like to learn if she's safe.
Okay.
Chris, you and I will take care of that off screen, or maybe I'll just give you your own solo session or something. Meantime, Beery, I imagine you would maybe want to try and head to the forge. Is there anything you want to ask of the party beforehand, or are you just going to head straight there?
Comes kind grabs a handful of salted and honeyed nuts, bottle of wine. Where's the forge? I need elves, and just goes, tries to find it.
The beleaguered sigh from Thranduil as he says, "Should I follow him? Does he need supervision?"
He probably went in the wrong direction.
Yeah, does he doesn't know where the forge is.
Ow.
No one's
Okay.
Yeah, he's using his nose.
It's not going to help. I think Thranduil will sigh and take a last gulp of whatever morning wine he's consuming, and because he's perfectly fine. And just he'll go after you and with a hand on your back guide you out of the room.
We are gonna make magic together today.
So long as you stay well hydrated, I agree.
Hold up the wine. I intend on it.
No, you should.
Thranduil, as he's passing one of the servers, he grabs like a carafe of water.
Yeah,
actual
perfect.
water.
Thranduil,
forging montage.
Thranduil, you escort Beery to the forge, and it is at this point that a tall, strapping, probably the most muscular elf you have ever seen, Beery, wearing just one of those, the blacksmith aprons that are like meant to stop the shards and like sparks from getting on your skin, just covered head to toe in. I'm sure you own a few. Walks up to you and goes, "My lord Thranduil, Master Dwarf, I am Alwenil, Forge Master of..." I'll send it to you in the chat next.
Okay, perfect. Forge Master. Well, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm a bit of a craftsman myself back home in Erebor. Well, anyways, that's beside the point. I come here to share and learn.
The elf glances over at Thranduil for just a second and raises his eyebrows.
Gives him a tiny nod.
As it happens, Master Dwarf, we could use a dwarven craftsman such as yourself.
Stars have aligned this day. Yes, I will help you, but I need strikers. I have much to make.
That can be arranged. May I ask something of you?
Sure, yeah.
I shall trade information if you shall trade information. I seem to recall a battle not 60 or so years ago, not too far outside of your home mountain of Erebor. You managed to block many of our arrows with a certain contraption in the
One of
air.
my first inspirations, in fact.
A look of disdain briefly crosses Thranduil's expression.
Our ingenuity is not our fault. Don't be giving me none of that. Oh, yeah. It's actually quite simple, really.
Simple as it may be.
Air like water, right? When you swim, you paddle. Well, you can make paddles in air,
Show me.
Let me show you. And he's I need parchment.
Yeah, and this is where we are going to cut. We will have our forging montage in just a moment.
I want to know, can
You show me.
Phil Collins didn't need to go so hard on the Tarzan
I just
album,
know
but he
there's
did.
something bigger out there.
Key change. Tanel, you still looking for the tree?
Yep, sure am.
All right, great.
Determined.
We'll say
This
this.
has been the entire session trying to
Yep.
find a tree.
I've
Had
tried
one goal.
the entire session.
Tanel, I will say you, as drunk as you were, you managed to sort of remember generally where you were around, climbing through, and after about a half hour, Thranduil, while you're still in the forge supervising over Beery's drugs, you feel that same magical
My spidey senses are
feeling.
tingling.
Yes.
Oh my god! I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted by Zach's dinner
Zach,
for a second.
Zach, what is that, Zach? Zach just got handed a
So Hannah has. I first had Hannah gave me just 2 bowls of poppy seed chicken. I finished mine really quickly, and she said, "You want some more?" And I said, "Yes, please." So she brought me another bowl, and now she's just made lemon bundt cake.
Oh,
and so I had a large plate of
It's beautiful.
yeah. So I'm just about to gorge myself on some lemon cake.
That's
Halueth is being well fed. You are being well fed.
Okay. Sorry. Okay.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
For those on the podcast, she just
So
took a
jealous.
very deep, graceful bow. Okay, so Bunt cake and blown kisses aside, Thranduil, you sense the same feeling as Tanel wanders fairly close to where you know she
Okay.
is. And Tanel,
hmm
as you seek this tree to climb, you find yourself climbing up, but going down, and then going up again and going down in this maze of roots and trees and tunnels and forested area. You can't seem to find your bearings until you do manage to find some sunlight that, as you look up, seems to be. Chris, I'll actually let you describe what Tanel is looking at.
Sure. You come into an upper chamber after climbing several flights of stairs. Here the air is open. It's an open-aired room. The room is dug into the earth. It's framed by roots of a great tree, all the same tree. Snow is falling gently, but somehow it doesn't make the space cold. In fact, small rivulets of water are trickling down the roots into little pools along the sides of the room. Moss and vines are still green and vibrant here, despite it being winter outside. The air is calm, soothing, if a bit somber. This is a special place, obviously, and the energy feels sacred. Do you want to look around?
She does. Yeah.
Okay.
Wasn't what she was expecting to find.
There won't be an awareness check necessary here.
Yeah, she
No.
doesn't. If
Things are
it
gonna be
helps a little
obvious.
bit, she's not like poking around. She just kind of like steps in to take in the space.
Okay. In between some of the larger roots of the base of this large tree that comes out of the ground and then continues up into the open air, there are memorial stones carved with runes in these little alcoves between the roots. If you would like to read them, they read the names Orufar, Arasiel, and one looks much newer than the others and reads Legolas.
Tanel, as you gaze upon what you glean to be a kind of memorial site for Thranduil and Thranduil only, I need you to make an awareness check for me.
Ill favored or no?
Regular favor.
Okay, that's good. Oh, I forgot a D6. Oh wow. Okay. 22.
22.
Yeah.
As you step into the room, you gaze around, you see the memorials, and much like Anakin Skywalker in Attack of the Clones, noticing Padme, you feel another presence in the room, and you turn around, and Thranduil is there as well.
It was an accident that I came here.
Accidents happen to the best of us. I should know.
I didn't mean to intrude, but it's beautiful.
I've taken great pains to keep it such. I think he'll gaze over at Legolas's stone in particular.
Hmm.
He loathed the trappings of status, Legolas. For years, I think he hoped that Arasiel and I would have other children, one who desired the throne in a way that he never did. But Arasiel was killed on our southern borders. She was traveling against my wishes in a time when the woods were beginning to darken. She was headstrong, passionate. She had a wildness unsuited to dark times. She refused to follow my orders. Something I loved about her. But seeing the echoes of her spirit in others can be grating. I think grief has made me cruel over time. It shuts my eyes to wisdom and attempt to stay strong.
It is an easy thing to do.
First, my father, and so many lives in the Dagorlad. Then Arasiel and now Legolas. Every loss, this crown feels heavier. And now I have no one I can hope to pass it to.
I'm reminded of words that I heard before I left Lothlorien, which is, our hope goes with you. I've taken that to heart, and I think we must, as painful and as daunting as it is our burden to bear. And she takes a step forward and says, I am truly sorry for your loss. And I know there are no words to fix any of that. The only thing we have left is perseverance. And if you're willing, revenge.
I think Thranduil's countenance sort of weakens for a few moments, and there's open grief on his face. Probably for the first time, he has not let that out publicly. And he's quiet for a minute. Give me a moment.
Yeah, you're fine.
Take your time.
Sorry, it's hitting very close.
I know, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you
No,
cry.
that's
No,
okay.
it's wonderful. It's brilliant. Okay. Drink some water. We're good.
Yeah.
There you go.
Chris, if
So
you need
after-
a minute.
Mhm.
I'm good.
Okay.
So Thranduil takes a minute.
Mhm.
But after a moment of silence, he looks up through these roots to the open sky, which is gray. The snow is still falling. Says, I once played a game of chess with Celeborn. Lasted 300 years. Who do you suppose won? He turns to you.
I can't even begin to imagine.
Celeborn, of course. Smug bastard. You know what he told me afterwards? In his letter, he said that one cannot rely on a single piece to carry the game. He said it's a dance of the mind. To succeed, all pieces have to work together, every step, no errors, of course, knowing that their contribution is part of a greater whole. I didn't speak to him for decades. I didn't want to admit that he was right. But I should have listened to him. I should have listened to Arasiel, my wife, to Legolas even. Even to the captains, my few who would dare repeat their opinions counter to mine over the years. I have something I'd like to give you. And he's going to go over to the tree area, specifically near Arasiel's stone. And in a small compartment, he's going to pull out a chain with something on it. He'll bring it close to you. And I need my notes, sorry.
Would you like me to read it, Chris? Okay.
I did share this with Dawn.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. Tanel, what Thranduil brings before you is a necklace, almost a whistle horn almost, that you can wear around your neck, made of horn and mithril. And if you were to blow in it,
Oh, can I take it from there?
By all means.
I'll take
by
it
all
from
means.
there. He will hold this out to you and he says, "This is an heirloom of the Sylvan elves. This necklace was very special to our culture. Legends of the Nandor say the original was a gift from Orme himself, one of the Valar who favored our people. They say that it harmonized with his great hunting horn. He could scare off the worst of foes, even Morgoth himself. Protected our lands for a long time. I don't know if any of that is true, of course, but thanks to Dairon, we had it encased in mithril, and I do know that it speaks to the trees. If you blow this in a time of great need, they will relay your location to Erengalen with urgency. And if I still draw breath, I shall hear the call through her. If you blow this, your call for aid will not go unanswered. I swear on it by the Fëanor of my family." He hands it to you.
This is more than I was to ask of you. I will not use it in vain. Thank you.
I trust that you won't. Because I do sense in you some of the same spirit that I've seen in my wife, in my son. You'll know when the time is right. And the call will be answered.
Thank you. Truly, I have no other words.
Sometimes words fail. You are free to stay in this space as long as you wish. I know you mentioned wishing to find a tree. This is the best in the realm. If you climb, the tree should hold fast. My magic ensures it.
Thank you.
Even if you fall, you won't be hurt.
Thank you, but it seems a bit too important now. I'll actually leave you. Thank you. Thank you. And Tanel will leave the space.
Okay.
As you leave, Thranduil will sit against the stone that reads Legolas, and you'll see him.
Oh,
Oh God!
my God.
Oh.
Okay. Tanel, as you make your way out of this now sacred place for Thranduil, you glance back and you notice that he has taken a seat, just placed a hand on the stones. And you feel, for the first time, the wind in your hair and the call of nature as the breeze picks up. And it smells like home in a way that you were not imagining.
Oh
We're going to
my
move
God.
now. We're going to move now to Halloweth, who for a brief moment is preparing to leave. And as I imagine Halloweth would, are you preparing the horses or the gear?
Yeah, I'll be preparing that.
Okay. Chris,
Yeah.
do you have it? Do you have it in you for this? We can take a
Yes.
moment if you
yes,
need it.
I
Okay.
do.
Okay.
I absolutely do.
All right. Halloweth,
Mm.
as you spend some of the day preparing for your journey wherever you may go, you are approached by one of the elves that says, "My Lord Halloweth, Lord Thranduil requests your presence in the room where the ring was destroyed. If you would join him at haste."
Absolutely, right away.
All right.
He goes off and he goes into the room where
Sure.
the ring was destroyed.
Say that this is later in the day. Thranduil, you have had some time to compress, come to terms with everything that has happened.
Drink more.
And drink more.
Consummate
Oh, yeah.
alcoholic.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Hair of the walk that bit you.
Oh.
I actually think he wouldn't feel it necessary in that moment though.
No.
yeah,
So-
yeah. In this
It-
moment.
that was purely so I could make that joke. It's fine.
Yeah.
I assume you're not.
Brilliant. Halloweth, you walk back down to the room where everybody was with you just last night, and the ring was destroyed. And you find Thranduil. Chris, go ahead.
He waves you in and shuts the door behind you. Privacy.
Mm.
I think he'll walk around you slowly and he'll lift a hand. You'll see him doing this. He won't do it all of a sudden, but he'll lift a hand and sort of draw his fingers over the area that you got tattooed the night before.
Mm.
Your request was very specific.
It was.
You were from Gondolin.
I am.
You sensed my magic at work in the hall last night.
I have tried to be more in touch with the mystical, magical parts of myself as I have gotten older. I have learned that it's difficult to rely solely on steel and weapons alone. When I felt and was aware of that magic, I turned inward as much as I could in order to express more outwardly. To me, that is how strong magic is felt. So I thought of my home. I thought of what I'd lost. I thought about what I would do to repay the debt which I owe. I thought of how I can make amends, of the good that I can do still in this world.
The memory of
so-
ages weighs on us.
Always.
We have survived when others have fallen. You survived Gondolin. I survived the fall of Doriath. Perhaps we both even survived the kinslaying at the Havens of Sirion together. I was young at the time.
Yes. There's been many a tragedy which I've lived through that I often push out of my mind. Sometimes it's too heavy. And all that weight can affect present actions, and I try not to let my past hinder me. So
we grow cold, calculating. It becomes increasingly difficult to let people close. I understand. Do you desire to learn the way I tap into my magic?
I would.
I think Thranduil will have a bit of a moment of wistfulness because the last person he taught was his son. But thanks to the conversation with Tanel earlier and having a moment, I think he feels a lot lighter in heart about it. So,
all right, Thranduil, you were going to attempt to teach Halloweth some magic.
mm-hmm.
And Thranduil, you know that this is not going to be easy for him. So we are going to require a series of roles for both your teaching and for Halloweth's learning.
Okay.
Thranduil, please make an insight check for me.
Okay. Um, 16. I beat my target number.
All right. Thranduil, you would recognize that Halloweth and you are very much alike after that conversation. Calculating, cold, but underneath the dark exterior, there is a warmth that exists, however hidden it may be. And you recognize that Halloweth needs to tap into that magic the same way that you do. And so, in realizing this, it will make it a little bit easier for you to teach him. Halloweth, I would like you to recall for me, if you can, a memory of Gondolin. Something that doesn't necessarily make you upset, but a memory.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, did you want me to tell you now? Or
You can if you'd like to, yes.
Or would you like me to introduce this through Thranduil? I can also do that if you need me to.
Okay. No, he'll try and get it. There is a forge in Gondolin, a very famous one. And through that forge, he learned some art of smithing through a famous smith who used to reside in Gondolin. He remembers the forging of his, in his eyes, the most beautiful blade that he has seen. And he remembers the feeling of holding in his hands Goblin Cleaver for the first time. He remembers the feeling of that in his grip and how light it was.
You describe this to Thranduil?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Chris, I'll let you take it from here.
To Thranduil in particular, which I think would be...
Chris. Go ahead.
Okay. I think he'll take that in. You'll see a couple little twitches as he roundabout recognizes who you're talking about without having to name him. So after a minute, Thranduil nods and he says, I have found the key to unlocking my magic has been in learning how to hear the song. It's the heartbeat of Arda. It's a pulsating pool of Yavanna's life magic to me. The spirits of her ilk, they reside in all great forests, servants of Ulmo in every river that flows to the sea. The lights of Varda, reflected in every pool. I've found that even the searing song of Aryen or the soothing echo of Tilion can be channeled into power if we learn to hear it and then redirect it. How much music were you exposed to in Gondolin?
A fair bit. I mean, I like my artistry and music and creativity as much as any elf.
I'll admit I was spoiled. I was raised in the company of Daeron the Dark. He taught me how to tap into Yavanna's magic, but it never took hold until I came here, and I connected to Erengalen herself. I think he has a look of awe and appreciation on his face as he looks around at these holes where the bits of vines and tree roots sort of peek in. In looking in your past, perhaps you would actually connect best with Aule. Odd, isn't it? Vala so powerful, and his servants twist the sacred flame to such machinations of evil. But that doesn't mean that his magic is evil, nor his song. So let us try to tap into that through your memory.
Halloweth, as Thranduil explains this to you, you feel for the first time almost as if you have had a brand new idea that was sitting right in front of you the whole time and you just never realized it until that one moment. But you think back to your friendship with Beery and everything that he has taught you in the last few months. And you think about your connection with Tanel and the companionship and the grief you both share in Gondolin. I would like you to now attempt to try and feel the energy of the magic of Aule and Yavanna flowing through you by making a lore check, but adding one more d6, and because you are in Mirkwood next to Thranduil, also rolling with favor.
Nice.
Okay.
So 2d12s, and whatever your lore is, plus an extra one.
Okay. So 2d12s and take the better one, or just
Take the better one, yes, with favor.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Hang on, maths. 29.
Very nice.
Oh my god.
Can I lead into this a little?
Chris, you go right ahead.
Okay. I think Thranduil will instruct you to close your eyes. And since we're talking about Aule here, that pedestal that's in the center of the room, he'll have you place your hands on it. Having some sort of physical contact helps. I think he's going to stand behind you, place his hands on your shoulders, lightly, but enough so you can feel the warmth of his presence. And he's just going to instruct you to breathe and let your consciousness sink deep into the earth and listen for that heartbeat, for the song is all around us. Listen for it.
Well, with a 29, he does. He hears it very well.
Halloweth. As you hear the song both within you and around you, you begin to feel your body connect with that of the entirety of Mirkwood. Every root, every tree trunk, every leaf, every branch, and for just a moment you feel what Thranduil feels at all times.
I think his fingers sort of tremble on your shoulders as he feels that connection be made.
Okay.
The roots around you in this room where you destroyed the last elven ring begin to snake out and stand in front of you, almost standing to attention, awaiting your command. And as you shift your head to the right, the vines go right. And as you shift your head to the left, the vines go left. And you feel the elven magic that you have so desperately been trying to tap into for so long now reside within you. I would like you to make a note on your character sheet. Please add 1 extra d6 to your lore checks. And if at any point you are attempting to utilize elven magic, you will now be rolling with favor. So you will take the higher of the 2 d12s.
Yay.
That's so cool.
Yes.
Oh
Meanwhile, Thranduil's behind you, just whispering encouragement and yes. And I think
so cool.
I think when he sees the vines and roots start moving to your will, because he can feel your will through this connection, he'll actually start laughing. And I think it's the first time Thranduil has laughed in such a long time, just in a simple, almost youthful joy as he sort of revels in this connection to the song with you.
Amazing.
All right, Zach, you'll mark that down on your sheet as you continue to utilize this magic throughout the rest of the campaign. Very nicely done.
Oh my god.
We will now finally move to Beery.
Do we have time?
We've got a few minutes.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Beery. I would like you to describe for me exactly what you are making, how you are making it, and of your choice, what you are making first.
Oh, okay. Let's rock and roll. All right.
Here we go.
And montage.
And montage. Ding, ding.
Yes, wait. I've got something for this.
Oh. It better be Casa Doom from.
I know. I was thinking.
So
we don't have rights to that.
We don't have the rights to that. However,
dang it! Make it happen, Don.
Beery,
That's the stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
tell me what you're forging.
The first thing he finishes is the thing that he's been working on this like for a week now.
Mhm.
And he's wait a minute, I'm out of focus. Dang it. Here we go. All right. So yes, he's putting the final touches, putting all of the elements together of what he's been working on.
Mhm.
What do you need from me? Did you need me to craft?
I will need you to make a craft check. Yes.
And he is in fact utilizing the gold and the sapphire.
Okay.
I can't wait. I
I
look forward
don't
to this
even-
every session with Beery.
I don't even know what he's building.
I have no idea.
Okay, I
Not a
rolled a
clue.
6.
You rolled a 6 and
10, 27.
27.
Wow.
To put the
Nice.
polish on it.
The polish is there, my friend.
Okay, all right. So that's
My
set
God.
aside.
That's the first item. The second
who-
item.
Who is the forge master? What's his name?
That would hang on. Let me grab my notes.
Adoenio was the smith.
Okay, yes. Arlenia was the smith. Yes.
He's slamming the carafe of water and taking a little hair of the dog, and he's kind of sweating out his hangover at the forge. But he does in fact ask the master smith is like, hey, I don't know if you know much about like stars and things like that. There's a lot of them. I'm very new to them. Is there some that are very consistent? Just kind of always in the same spot?
We are the Elder, people of the stars.
Well, look at what a coincidence. We were like made for each other. Hey, so is there like a couple that are like fairly consistent that you could
Chris, I'll allow you to take this one. Is there a North Star equivalent that stays in the same spot in Middle Earth?
We don't know of a North Star equivalent. I mean, there is Earendil, but that's more Venus. You could
like it could be
use.
as long as it's consistent.
Mhm.
I want to double check the name of it very quickly. Let me do
Yep.
this.
Yeah, Gerda.
Okay, I'll get on to the next thing then.
Yeah, so grab onto the next thing.
Perfect. So yeah, he's forging another little doodad, but primarily he's digging out the dragon parts, splitting a couple things down the middle, utilizing the scales from the dragon and the teeth and the claws, not the tail though. And he's forging out bands from the Drimmy 4 swords. Drimmy steel.
Drimmy
Forging that all out.
Drimmy.
And he's constructing almost like a large spade and affixing all of these dragon parts onto the front of it. And then finally, he takes pulls the stopper off of the liquid mithril and casts all of those pieces together to solidify them into a shield.
It is in this moment, Beery, that the elves look at you. What on earth is that, Master Dwarf?
This, my friends, is a gift from Lord Elrond. Isn't it lovely? Watch it flow.
Is that liquid mithril?
It is. Found it.
Make a persuasion check for me.
Yeah.
Found it.
Found it
You know, like you do.
casually.
Uh-oh.
Just lying around, really.
12, one shy of his target number.
Okay. They allow it to happen, but there is a moment of the elves being taken aback. How on earth did he get that? Just kind of muttering to themselves.
He's lost in his work and he's trying to, and solidifying it so it all kind of congeals and locks it all together. Yeah, in the bottom of the shield is kind of a spade and it's got like a little foot pad to where he can drive it in the ground to perhaps create a little bit of a bunker for himself.
Sure.
Do you need me to roll?
I would like you to please make 2 craft checks for each of the items you are making. While you make those 2 craft checks, Thranduil, Halloweth, Tanel, would the 3 of you like to make your way towards the forge? Because it has now been
Mhm.
hours and hours since
Oh, yeah.
you have had your respective conversations.
I think Thranduil would have ensured that Halloweth ate well after that, because the expending of magic is definitely going to drain you.
Mhm.
Yes.
Certainly.
First roll is 24.
Mhm.
God.
And the second one's 30.
Amazing. You people never cease to amaze me.
That's about right.
Love it.
Oh my God.
Theory.
When you're in your
Mm.
elements.
Quite literally.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he's getting a little. We're expediting. He's got a little bit of help. He's got striker teams he's instructing and trying to learn the
Sure.
ways of elven smithing as well.
Sure.
Mm.
Beery.
You did ask about the star. Did you want me to give
Yes.
that information?
Yes.
Okay. I think the best equivalent would be to use the star Halloween. Halloween is a blue star. It's one of the actual named stars, and the name means ice blue in Elvish. And it is the equivalent of Sirius. It's the brightest star in the sky.
I love it. I love it.
Great.
Chris, I love it. Okay.
Beery.
I roll one more craft check for that little ditty.
Yes, you may.
Okay.
It's gonna be
Joy,
another.
I love it.
There's gonna be another 20.
Oh,
Did you get a
with
Gandalf?
a 6?
Oh
Ooh.
God.
a Gandalf
Stars,
with a
literally.
6. Yeah. Shining
By the
down on you.
stars
you.
of Varda herself.
God.
Well, he's favored, so the odds are high.
That's true, yeah.
Wait, let me just math real quick.
30 something.
No, it's actually not as high as you think. It's 28.
Oh, only a 28.
Only 28.
Well, I mean, yeah. So he's working himself to the bone. I will take exhaustion, but like misery or weary, whatever
Yeah.
you need. He's
Yeah.
working through a hangover. He's just trying to get this done.
Beery.
Mm.
You work the entire day, the entire evening. You skip dinner. The elves who don't tire or need as much food continue because they are so in awe of your craftsmanship. Knowing that they can go a full 12 hours in the forge is nothing, but they've never seen anything like you before. And you successfully complete all of your items.
I'm so excited.
I would now invite
Oh
Thranduil, Halloweth, and Tanel to enter the forge, not having seen Beery in about 12 hours.
I think they'll
Beer.
walk in and just the draft of hot, sweaty air.
A hot, sweaty dwarf.
Oh.
He's hearing the door open.
Yeah.
He spins around and like dodges around, grabs blankets, and like throws it over a couple things. Like, hello, hello. May I
I
help
see
you?
you've been productive.
Your forge master is excellent. We've been going back and forth with ideas. We've been working on a couple of things that might surprise you. Hi Tin. Hi Hal.
Hello.
Beery.
How are you?
Good, well fed and well rested. It has been 12
Oh,
hours.
food.
Mhm.
Sounds good.
It's-
Yes.
See,
Been-
Thranduil's gonna lean against one of the benches because there's obviously still wine around in here. And he'll
Right.
just pour himself a glass and just casually
Definitely.
Yeah.
sip at it.
It's
How?
been all day, Beery.
Has it? I mean, I'm underground again, so I lose sense of time. It's kind of an exhilarating experience. I highly suggest it. And you can see he's on this like mania high. And it could be the hangover, loss of, like empty stomach, a lot of it. But he seems just really excited. Hey, you lot, check this out. He rips around with a shield that's made of those dragon parts. What do you think? As he like peeks over the top of it.
Halloweth, Tanel, standing before you is a literal dwarf-sized shield
My God.
made of dragon bone and mithril. Beery, if I am correct, your parry score with a normal shield is 18, correct? With the dragon shield, it is now 20.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Nothing's getting
I'll
through
have to-
that.
No.
I gotta draw it. I haven't drawn it yet.
Carry on.
Anyways, he tosses it aside. All right.
Today, you made that.
Well, I had help, and he points to all of there's 4 other smiths that are sweating, leaning on stuff.
I think Thranduil's gonna look over and look at the team, and they're just they're exhausted but exhilarated, and he'll be
No.
like,
Great. Hey,
Not
look,
since
great.
the last alliance have
Max.
we had a workload like this, masters. It is quite impressive.
It's great. Hey, Hal. Come here for a
Yes,
minute.
by all means. What can I do for
Come
you?
here. And he grabs them and pulls them.
Oh, okay.
Just looks around, make sure they're in a kind of a private little nook, totally in plain sight. Hey, kind of pulls them down to height a little bit.
Hello.
Hal,
Hmm.
I feel like I owe you an apology.
I know not what for.
Pokes him in the chest. I misjudged you. You see, I thought you were just acting a fool, being brutish and very elfy.
Very.
When it came to the rings, until I was not myself, and we had a bit of a tussle, and that's not me, and that was not me, and I formally apologize. And I understand now what you were going through.
You understand my brooding?
Yeah, the rings, they called to me, and when I put it on, that was the
see.
best thing in the world. That was a lot you were going through, and I had no idea. I'm really sorry, my friend.
That's okay. You had no reason to know, and I'm sorry that you now do. It's not
Pat
a
him on the
pleasant
shoulder.
experience.
Hey, but I'm gonna make it up to you. I've been working on something. And he reached under the blanket and he hit it over. No peeking. And he whips it out. And he's holding a dark leather folded garment.
Oh,
It's for you.
why, thank you. Dark is my color.
It is.
I think Thranduil spits up a little wine at that.
Open it up. Open it up.
Okay.
So,
What am I holding?
made from very supple fell beast leather,
Oh my god.
is a very sleek, very stealthy looking garment, armor.
Oh.
Don, do you still have the?
I do.
Okay.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
there art of it? Oh my god.
Oh,
I
I
love
love
it.
it.
This
I
is
love
from,
it.
like,
Of
some
course
month
there
ago.
is. Of
Halloweth.
course there is.
Yeah.
What you see before you is a type of armor that you would recognize that is made out of the fell beast hide, that is dark and just jet black and tough.
Ooh.
And you see
Oh, yes.
Halloweth.
That's
Oh, that's
so badass.
cool.
If you
Oh,
wear this
man.
armor, you will now have advantage on all stealth checks if you are in a dark place or it is evening. You may also add an extra d6 to
Your
your stealth check.
showcase. So cool.
That's so awesome. The freaking
Also, just bravo,
the-
Max.
Yeah,
the pauldron.
holy
Oh my
can we-
goodness.
So I can't believe
Fantastic
you
figure.
already said this. I can't believe you already said this. But his draw arm
Mm.
is bare. So his tattoo and half of his chest show. It's in the
So
dark, you
meant
can
to be.
hardly
It's so
see
meant
it.
to be.
It was meant to
meant to
be.
be.
It really
Oh,
was. My
I'm
goodness,
so
that's
happy.
so awesome.
Oh my god.
But
Ah.
it's soft.
They have
it's
these
light,
dark
it's supple.
Water
Mm.
and stone
Mm.
music design.
That's
Ah.
amazing.
They utilize the webbing, like of it, like the wings and
Yeah.
like some of the teeth and
That's-
claws.
My god.
Yeah.
That's
Anyways.
brilliant.
All
That's
right.
and also-
incredible.
Okay. Hang on. Let me stop the share screen here.
I did mention he was the. So he remembers when you were trying to repair the door with the song. You
Yeah.
noticed that with like the high kind of like anime, like the high collar that he can like tuck into a little bit. There's, you know how like in some like really nice button-up shirts, there's like one odd button.
Yeah.
It is a gold inlaid sapphire that he has melted down into a button that's right over his vocal cords.
I'm dead. This is so nice.
That's
the significance of
God.
that. That's so the sapphire of air and the
Oh
song
my
that
God, that's
Celebratory put
right.
into these rings.
Oh my
And it's now over his vocal cords. Max.
He pushes it in your hands. All right, now get out of here.
okay.
hey,
He's
Tin.
gonna put it on straight away. my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
It's just like
If Thranduil weren't Thranduil, he would want to wed you right now.
Oh,
Brilliant.
my God.
The deep significance is not lost on me nor Thranduil.
I'm
Oh
so
my
happy.
God.
Like,
Brilliant.
Just the way everything, like it almost feels scripted. It's crazy. The way things just place. It's
So nice.
bizarre.
Yeah.
No. In
That's
like John, the
incredible.
fact that there's a little bit of gold left on the emerald, or sorry, the sapphire. My God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's perfect.
Tin, do you have a moment?
Oh,
Yeah,
Yes,
yep.
Mary,
Come with me.
this
Come
is-
with me. And he
this
takes a
is
bottle
the-
of wine and they leave.
this is the third or fourth thing that you've.
Come with me.
Oh,
Come
Does
with me.
Beery notice that she's wearing a new necklace?
oh yeah.
Oh no, he's very oblivious.
Okay. Let's say awareness, not your focal.
No.
Yes.
He's very stuck in his own perceptions. When
Yes.
is there a place we can go that's kind of secluded? Just away from
Oh,
there.
God.
There's probably a room off to the side in the forge, and you know the blacksmiths are aware enough that they can give you
Or
space.
just hey, Tin. I pulled you away because I don't want you, getting too teary eyed and things. I know you're very conscious of it.
Oh
It's okay.
gosh,
Just let it rip.
Beery, what are you about? Okay.
No, it's a little something. I mean, I didn't have enough. Wasn't able to salvage enough leather to make you a suit of armor. I mean, you as much
No,
as I would love to have.
You don't have to get me anything.
No, that's what I do. I mean, I'm a maker of things. So I made you something. And he's holding the last little kind of like cloth bundle, and he sits on the table, sits there. Okay, I'll have to tell you, you've guided all of us pretty much through this entire journey. If you think about it, you helped our friend Hal. You've helped me in my hour of greatest need when I wasn't myself. I mean, I can almost still feel your hands on the sides of my face. They're very cold, by the way.
Okay.
So, and I got to thinking, who's there to guide you? I can't do it. I mean, you're pulling me out of one trouble spot after another. So here, and he opens up the little sack and hands it over, and it's a very thin, very elegant silver arm piece that kind of covers the whole forearm of your drawing arm. And there's a little kind of like a little ornate like spoon in the middle of it, face down. Do you recognize this
I know
silver?
what this is. Is that the spoon
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
stole?
And also, it's the spoon, one of Halloweth's knives, and I was able to kind of forge out that silver and make you some jewelry. Now, here, put it on. Tries to like slide it over her hand.
Yeah, I'll put it on.
Yeah. Oh, all right. It needs a little bit of tweak, and he kind of squeezes it around a little bit. Okay, there we go. I mean, I was able to kind of grab Halloweth's like all shoulders and waist and stuff, and I was able to fit him. I couldn't do the same with you. It didn't feel right.
Beery.
It's-
Why do you?
It's okay. It's great. Hey, but I figured it out. Someone that can guide you. And he flips up the little spoon, and there's holes in the spoon, and like a little constellation. And he's kind of holding her arm. So when we're out and about underneath moonlight and stars, if you just line up I was instructed by the forge smith. I don't know much about stars. I don't get to see them very much. But if you line up those stars, you know where we are, and you can help guide us even more.
You keep giving me gifts, and I don't have anything to give back to you.
Yeah, I have.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I'll turn around for a second, and you can just see like the tears in her eyes.
You turned around. What am I looking for?
Thank you. It's fine. Thank you.
Tanel,
You're very welcome.
please give yourself favor on all travel checks
Oh,
and an additional D6. Beery,
Mercury's epic.
Beery, Tanel, as the two of you wrap up this conversation, you begin to head back into the blacksmith's forge. And the blacksmith looks at the four of you and goes, "Your dwarf friend is quite skilled."
yes. No need
That's
to
putting it
remind us.
lightly.
I would like you all to put 2 fellowship points
Mm.
in your pool.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Nice.
As the blacksmith looks at the 3 of you and then to Thranduil. "My lord Thranduil, the dwarf has been most helpful and will help us significantly in our efforts in the war against the enemy. But I must know, where will Mirkwood stand in all of this?"
For long we have stood alone. I think it is time that I heed the words that have been spoken to me time and again. I think it's time for us to stand. He looks to Beery and to Tanel and Halloweth, and he says, "With our friends."
And that is where we are going to end tonight's episode of the Unpredicted Party.
God,
That was an unpredicted party as
that
well.
really was.
Yes, it was.
Oh
We got
my
tattoos.
God. We got
tattoos. We got drunk together.
We got drunk together.
Shirtless
And
dancing.
cried.
Thranduil said the F word.
I know. That was not scripted.
Thank you all
Wow.
so much for joining us. It's like really late, so we may have a
Yeah.
very short version of the Unpredicted Party where it's just Chris and I crying. Thank you all
Nothing
so
but
much for
weeping.
joining us. We'll see you all in 2 weeks at 7 p.m. Eastern. Chris, thank you so much for joining
Yes,
us.
Chris.
Thank
You're
you,
very
Chris.
welcome.
An
We'll see you all
amazing
from
guest.
Mirkwood next fit.
Incredible.
Yes.
Thank you all so much. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.